Denzel Washington movie. It's quite an old movie, which surprised me because I've never heard of it before. Because it's made in 1998, I believe. Um, but I really like this movie. I think it obviously owes a debt to other movies about prison or movies that have sort of briefly touched on prison and stuff like that. I mean, obviously, Monster is a prime example of that. That it has sort of a little thing at the end of someone in prison and saw their life sort of encapsulated and are just there forever kind of thing until the day they die. Um, but I think also that Shawshank Redemption, similar thing there and stuff like that, and someone just staying in the same place and nothing ever changing. But I think also that it has a real emotional quality to it. That it has, there's some movies that you watch and you don't really connect with the characters, or you think the characters are annoying, or you think, but this you really connect with the characters, like really connect, and it really makes you appreciate who they are and what they've done, and even the Canadian characters who want to stick on to this guy, Denzel Washington, who never had freedom, and you want him to have freedom. And I think the movie has a so real pushing sense of getting freedom, getting freedom. This is horrible. This is disgracefully bad. And what's even more upsetting and sort of shocking is the fact that there's this corruption that's been going on, and you can kind of tell there's been corruption going on, but they're so up their own faces about it all that they're not even going to, accept or, sort of, oh yeah, hang on, yeah, we did this. And there's like a really, really horrible cop in this movie who's just a complete, I'm not going to use the word, but he is. And you just know that he's a bad guy. And even if you looked at him, he's a bad guy. And it's just disgraceful, I think, that, this story's true, that there's this person who seems so nice and so warm, and there's this horrible cop character who must be some asshole who probably dead now, died to his grave, taking everything with him, of just lying. And you know he's a liar. Anyway, I'm not going to carry on, but you tell he's a liar. So, and then you just know that the movie has something to say about obviously people who have been locked up or have lost their lives or have things left, loose change kind of thing. And it's all about how people can move on and accept their life or just get out and make a better life, and Denzel Washington's just fantastic. He's always great in any movie, and I just think that it's probably one of his best performances, and that's saying obviously quite a lot. But he sort of shows something that never really seen before of someone like a prison character who's sort of, conflicted of, oh, I don't want to be here, but no one wants to listen to me. Oh, this is all just over my head. Or maybe I should just be quiet and just accept it for what it is and just not bother. But then you also get this sense that he wants to sort of be better than those people and show he's strong, like the horrible cop or just any of the horrible people there. And the scene at the end of the courtroom is quite sort of on the edge of your seat. You want to know what happens, kind of thing. Like, come on, what's gonna happen? And it just had me. I was actually getting angry at the screen because the judge seemed like a horrible brute, and it's like, oh, come on, you know. And it just has that sort of quality to it that I think sometimes gets lost in some movies. Not prison movies, just some movies. You don't care about the characters, don't connect, and I think that's the real real sign of a bad film or just a weak film. And this film definitely not a weak film. It's incredibly watchable. It's I think it's one of the best prison movies I've seen in my entire life. It's so captivating, so engaging. You feel like you know these characters all your life, and you feel like you know what's going on, and you twists and turns, but it doesn't sort of twist and turn like what the hell kind of thing. It makes sense, and I think of the violence in this movie. They show violence to a certain degree, but they don't go too far. I mean, there's been some movies in the past I complain about that have gone too far with their violence and thrown it up in the face or thrown up in the screen. I mean, just sort of shown something. You think, oh, what's all that about? That's not what violence is about. Violence is about something consequence and not just someone randomly going out. And yeah, anyway, you get my point. So it's great. I mean, don't want to sound like faint praise or anything, but it's a great movie, and I think that obviously director I've never heard of before, but I think he's made a really great movie. And he sounds like a director who probably hasn't made a lot of films, probably like Patty Jenkins for Monster, but still the impact of Monster, I think it is a greatly out there. I mean, it's I think when one movie has such an impact, it stays for so long, and you feel like it'll just stay forever. It'll be watched generations, and it'll never be lost. And like I think Woody Allen says about, oh, all the tapes are going to be gone, and all the things. I just, you hope. I really do hope that this movie doesn't get lost, or Monster doesn't get lost, or all the great movies, that we've had the pleasure of witnessing for all these years. That they don't get lost, and they stay somewhere. Someone stores them up, or they get put away somewhere after a bunch of people have gone, and just stays forever. And I think that would be great. And I think this movie is just. It's not a masterpiece, but I think it's pretty close. And like the Django, it makes you feel really sad and feel really bad for this person and like what's going on and all the people surrounding him, and you want it to happen, want him to have a better life, just sort of being contained and all that. But I guess in a way, the Django in Tarantino's movie has a different sort of dilemma that he gets sort of released quite quickly into the movie, and then obviously all that involves. But then I think obviously with this movie, he is just completely stuck there for ages. So obviously that's a complete difference. There's no prison kind of conflict of, oh, I'm stuck in this place. The Django had it easy compared to this guy. Um, but yeah, I really like this movie. I think it's great, and I think it's got a lasting impact that'll stay forever. And I just really like it.